So I'm going to talk about my results from February and try to make a learning example out of it, but from a business and marketing perspective, I probably really shouldn't be doing this, but hey, let's learn something. Like I said, as somebody that does sell training courses, that does sell subscription services, talking about what I'm about to talk about probably is not a very wise business move because I'd be lying if I said that, it's going to make you want to buy my stuff. Because you're going to look at the numbers and say, wait, what? That's it? And I agree. I had the same feeling. I feel the same way, which is why I'm going to share one of these kind of Jedi mind tricks that I like to use on myself to keep things in perspective, because I fully agree the numbers we're about to look at is kind of like, but you know what? It is what it is. So the first learning example, though, that I want to get out by disclosing these numbers is I don't care what people may portray. I don't care what people may try to think that is the case in their situation. But nobody has rock star months, month after month after month after month. Always just huge months. Always just, no. Bad months happen. Rough months happen. Frustrating months happen. So if you have one, please don't compare yourself to, some sort of personality on the internet where you're thinking, wow, man, they are always having good months and I had this month and I'm just not getting it, and you get down on yourself. Just understand it happens. And that's the main reason I want to talk about here is, yeah, it happens. But that's just part of the game. You got to compare yourself to reality, not the personas, not the kind of fabrications that some people make and create about how they're doing every single month or every single year or whatever. Tough times happen. That's just part of trading. That's part of life. So what I want to do is first just show you a screenshot of my month. And I should note that I've also written a blog article on this. So if you want to look at the screenshots a little closer, then you can click on the link down below and that'll take you to the blog article where, like I said, you can see these screenshots easier. But here we'll take a quick look at the month. So the first thing to point out here is my starting equity was $76,317.90. My ending equity was $79,291.93. Or translation, for the month of February, I walked away with $2,994.03 of profit. So as I just talked about, started at $76,318, we'll just round up to make it easier, ended at $79,292 for a gain of just shy of $3,000. Now I already touched on that. Wow, that's one whole month. Now one thing that I need to remind myself of, so kind of the first layer of this Jedi Mind Trick is I'm just a part-time trader. Between the claytrader.com business, between my real estate business, and between other things that I'm working on, I'm just busy. And there's lots of stuff going on. And I've talked about this before in an article. I don't remember when that article was from, but I'll put a link down below where I entitled it, Trading 90 Minutes a Day. And that's essentially what I'm doing. Trading about 90 minutes, maybe a couple hours every morning, and then that's really it. So I got to remind myself, all right, Clay, you are part-time at this point. And you got to keep that in reference. It's not like you're sitting at your computer for all 6 hours trading stocks and then looking at the futures market and then trade. I mean, it's very basic, Clay. So remember that. So keep that in mind for yourself too. What is your exact schedule? Do you have a full-time job? If you do, then don't be so hard on yourself because you have that cash flow coming in from these other locations. But the biggest mindset here and the biggest kind of mind trick that I'm using on myself was let's look at the percentage here. And the percentage is going to help kind of dictate and is what this whole mind trick is based on. So I had to quickly do some calculations here, but this gain is actually 3.89% for the month. So on my original money of $76,000, it grew 3.89%. Again, okay, yippee-dee-doo-dah. But yield is a powerful concept. Yield is a great way that I've learned to keep things in perspective. What do I mean by yield? Well, yield is essentially the overall picture, the entire pie. This is just one slice of the pie. This is just 1 month. So let me grab my calculator again. So let's go 3.89 times 12, and that equals, we'll round up, 47% for the year. Now, I don't know about you, but if you can grow any decent sized amount of money by 47%, I'd say that's pretty good. I mean, you think about hedge funds, mutual funds, anybody like that, if you could tell them, hey, what happens if I could tell you, let's not even do 47%. Let's say, what happens if I could tell you that you can do 35% per year? Those hedge fund managers, they would sell their own mother to get 30, 35, 40% per year. Mutual fund managers, same thing. Those are killer numbers. And that's what I need to remind myself of is, sure, the month, 1 month, okay, you know, nothing to write home about. But doing it part-time as kind of supplemental income and then having the yield at 47%, okay, that makes me feel much better about myself. Now, that doesn't give me an excuse to just, you know, continue to wallow in my ways and, you know, stuff like that. I'm just saying that kind of opens my eyes, puts me back on track, gets me into the mindset of, okay, here we go. It's time for another month. It's not nearly as bad as what some of the voices in your head may be saying they are, and there's still plenty of headway to go. And I mean, can you imagine if you can just get that number up to 5%, to 6%? I mean, heck, just keep it at 4%. That'd be 48% a year. Again, go ask any hedge fund manager, mutual fund manager, hey, what would you do for 30, 35, 40, 45% to grow, you know, your money? They would, like I said, they'd probably do some very nasty things. So that's the trick I use. And, you know, like I said, that's kind of the second prong of the education. The first prong, just to reiterate, everybody has crappy months. Everybody has frustrating months. This month was just weird. It was bizarre. As you saw the image, you know, I kind of went through a little slump where I had 2 losing days in a row. Then there were some days where I didn't trade. Just a little context to add kind of why it was so weird. I had to get a root canal, so I had dentist appointments that were in the morning during prime trading time. So the one day I didn't get to trade at all. Other days I was only able to make a couple of trades, if that. And it was just a goofy month. But hey, taking a step back, looking at the numbers, even if a goofy month, if I had the same exact month for the rest of the year, if that would grow my money by 47%, you know, I think I can live with that. So keep things in perspective, first off. Second off, just realize that nobody's perfect. Nobody's having beautiful rock star months every single month or great weeks every single week. Down periods happen, frustrating periods happen, you know, kind of weird periods happen. That's just part of the game. That's part of the business of trading. Just realize that. Keep things in perspective. Look at what your yield would be even at that rate. And heck, even if your yield is 12%, 15%, I mean, think about that, 15%. I challenge you to walk into your local bank and say, hey, give me something that in the next year is going to give me 15%, 18%. They're going to look at you like you're a crazy person. So keep things in perspective and realize that not everybody is always going to be flawless every single month or every single week.